The Good Friday Agreement, the historic peace agreement that ended the Troubles. Introduction. The Good Friday Agreement was a historic peace agreement signed in 1998, which brought an end to decades of conflict in Northern Ireland. This presentation will explore the political situation in Northern Ireland, the negotiations that led to the agreement, and the impact of the agreement on the region and its people. The background of the agreement. The conflict in Northern Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement is a result of the long-standing conflict in Northern Ireland, which was mainly due to discrimination against Catholics and the desire for a unified Ireland. The Troubles. The Troubles was a period of intense violence during the late 1960s in Northern Ireland, characterized by bombings, assassinations, and riots. Discrimination against Catholics. Discrimination against Catholics in Northern Ireland was a major factor that led to the conflict, including issues such as housing, employment, and voting rights. The conflict in Northern Ireland. Root causes of the conflict. The root causes of the conflict in Northern Ireland are complex and multifaceted, involving political, social, and economic factors. Sectarianism and discrimination against Catholics were major factors contributing to the conflict. The Troubles. The Troubles was a violent period of conflict in Northern Ireland that lasted from the late 1960s to the late 1990s. It was characterized by sectarian violence, bombings, and assassinations. The Path to Peace. The Sunningdale Agreement. The Sunningdale Agreement was a power-sharing deal signed in 1973 between the British and Irish governments and Northern Ireland's political parties, aimed at ending the conflict in Northern Ireland. The Anglo-Irish Agreement. The Anglo-Irish Agreement was signed in 1985 between the British and Irish governments, establishing a framework for cooperation and consultation on matters related to Northern Ireland. Political situation and negotiations. The Good Friday Agreement. The Good Friday Agreement was signed in 1998 and brought an end to the decades of long conflicts in Northern Ireland. It was the result of years of negotiations between various political groups and stakeholders. Key actors. The negotiations involved various political groups and stakeholders, including the British and Irish governments, Republicans, Unionists, and parliamentary groups. Compromises and concessions. Negotiations required compromises and concessions from all parties involved, including power sharing agreements and the release of political prisoners. The political situation. Unionist and nationalist parties. The political landscape in Northern Ireland was dominated by two opposing parties, Unionists and Nationalists, which had drastically different views on the region's future and identity. Challenges to consensus. Reaching consensus in Northern Ireland was extremely difficult due to the deep-seated divisions and sectarianism that permeated the political landscape. The negotiations. The Good Friday Agreement. The Good Friday Agreement was a historic peace agreement signed in 1998 between the British and Irish governments and most of the political parties in Northern Ireland. It ended the violent conflict known as the Troubles and established a power-sharing government in Northern Ireland. Key issues in negotiations. The negotiations leading up to the Good Friday Agreement were long and complex, involving multiple issues such as policing, justice, and human rights. Both sides had to make significant compromises and concessions to reach an agreement that was acceptable to all parties. Factors enabling agreement. Several factors enabled the Good Friday Agreement to be reached, including the involvement of external mediators, the emergence of new political leadership, and a growing recognition of the need for peace and reconciliation. The impact of the Good Friday Agreement. Economic changes. The Good Friday Agreement has had a positive impact on the economy of Northern Ireland, with increased investment, tourism, and trade. Social changes. The Good Friday Agreement has brought about social changes in Northern Ireland, such as reduced violence, improved community relations, and a greater sense of normalcy. Political changes. The Good Friday Agreement has fundamentally changed the political landscape of Northern Ireland with the establishment of power sharing government and new institutions to promote reconciliation and cooperation. Economic development. Good Friday Agreement. The Good Friday Agreement paved the way for economic development in Northern Ireland, providing a foundation for peace and stability that has made it an attractive place for investment and business. Tourism. Tourism has been a key driver of economic growth in Northern Ireland, attracting visitors from around the world to experience the country's natural beauty, rich history, and vibrant culture. Foreign investment. Foreign investment has played a crucial role in Northern Ireland's economic development, creating jobs and driving innovation in a range of industries. Social progress. The Good Friday Agreement. The Good Friday Agreement had a positive impact on social progress in Northern Ireland by bringing peace and stability to the region. Education. Since the signing of the Good Friday Agreement, there has been a significant improvement in the education system in Northern Ireland, with increased funding and better access to resources and opportunities. Healthcare. The healthcare system in Northern Ireland has also improved since the signing of the Good Friday Agreement, with increased funding and better access to healthcare services for all residents. Current state of affairs. Good Friday Agreement. The Good Friday Agreement has been a cornerstone of peace and stability in Northern Ireland for over 20 years, playing a crucial role in ending the sectarian violence that lasted for decades. Current political climate. Northern Ireland is currently facing a complex political climate with ongoing tensions related to Brexit, the status of the Irish border, and the power sharing agreements between political parties. Challenges and opportunities. The challenges facing Northern Ireland are significant, but there are also opportunities for progress and reconciliation. Key issues include dealing with the legacy of the Troubles, improving cross community relations, and addressing economic and social disparities. Current political climate. Brexit. Brexit has had a significant impact on the political landscape of Northern Ireland, with issues such as the Irish border and trade relations with the European Union remaining contentious. Northern Ireland Protocol. The Northern Ireland Protocol, which was introduced to address the post Brexit trade issues in Northern Ireland, has created new challenges with potential political implications for the region. Key actors. There are several key actors in the current political landscape of Northern Ireland, including political parties, community and business leaders, and international organizations. Challenges and opportunities. Challenges in Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland still faces challenges in building a peaceful and stable society, including sectarianism, political polarization, and economic inequality. Shared Future Program. The Shared Future Program is a key initiative in Northern Ireland that aims to promote community integration and reconciliation. It includes a range of projects and activities such as cross-community events and educational programs. International community. The international community has an important role to play in supporting peace and stability in Northern Ireland. This includes providing financial and technical assistance, as well as promoting dialogue and cooperation between different groups. Conclusion. Historical achievement. The Good Friday Agreement was a historic achievement that brought an end to decades of violence and conflict in Northern Ireland. Beacon of Hope. The agreement remains a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of diplomacy and compromise. Thank you.